All right, well, welcome everybody. We are going to be chatting about the immune and the respiratory system. This is kind of a little mini class because I have deep dive classes on my website about the immune and the respiratory system. Each of them are an hour long. So this one I'm combining together and just really going to kind of dive into the oils and give you my favorite recommendations. So my name is Allie Phillips, and my business is called Manifested Harmony. And the information I'm going to talk about is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease related to the immune or the respiratory system. I am going to talk about essential oils that you can use proactively to maintain healthy respiratory and immune function, as well as some lifestyle recommendations, and talk about the products that I like, that I really enjoy using. And so just a little bit about me. I have been an attorney for 27 years. I am a former prosecutor, and I've spent my entire legal career in the criminal prosecution field, specializing in animal abuse, animal protection, family violence, domestic violence, child abuse, all the fun stuff. And that's why I use oils, because it's a really tough field to work in. But I speak all over the world at conferences. I've written over 50 legal publications involving my specialty. And that specialty helped me create a nonprofit called Sheltering Animals and Families Together, where I help domestic violence shelters create on-site pet housing. And my work in that area really has started and led the movement around the world in doing that. So a lot of people and pets are safe because of this program. And Manifested Harmony is my healing business. I have 7 different energy certifications, including being a certified health coach. And I am a Young Living brand partner and have been so for 9 years as of this month. I am also the author of The Oily Crystal and the Oily Pet. And if you haven't had a chance to hop into my monthly Year of Wellbeing classes in 2022, this is my focus. So you can go to Manifested Harmony and check those out and join in. They are online the second Tuesday of every month. All right, let's dive in about all the crud that we are surrounded by, like from literally even before we're born to our very last day. We are just surrounded by crud. So bacteria and viruses, these can be troublesome for our immune and our respiratory system. And when we are dealing with bacterias, these bacteria can actually reproduce on its own. It doesn't even need a living host system, all right? It can survive in extreme heat and cold temperatures. And a lot of bacteria are harmless. Some harm, some help. We have good beneficial bacteria in our digestive system, but there are some that are harmful. Fewer than 1% will actually cause a disease, and this is where antibiotics help, okay? Now, when we're dealing with a virus, especially the thing that shall not be named that is floating through our world at this time, viruses actually have a protein coat on them, which is why soap can destroy them. The whole wash your hands for 20 seconds. There is a reason behind that, and it's to destroy that protein coat. Viruses can't survive without a living host. They need a human or an animal to latch onto in order to survive and to replicate. That's what they like to do. They actually replicate by reprogramming cells to make more of itself, to make more virus. And viruses are specific in what they want to attack, like the respiratory system, which is what is happening right now in our world. And antibiotics don't help. They don't go after a virus. So all of these impact our immune and our respiratory system. Now we have this, super powered immune system that, that helps us. We have an innate and we have an acquired immune system. The innate is what we're born with. And so if you're born with a strong immune system, awesome. And if you're born with a compromised, it could follow you the rest of your life. But then we have an acquired immune system, and this is what we acquire through our life. And it's based on our lifestyle, foods that we eat, toxins that we're exposed to, how well do we take care of ourselves? So we have both of these actually working together. And, our superpower immune system protects our body from the viruses, the bacteria, from diseases, from parasites, from all the things that try to take the body down. The immune system is there like a superpower going pew, 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 just trying to ward everything off. But our immune system can start to struggle. And it's usually our lifestyle that destroys it. It's what we do, which can be a very bitter pill to swallow, to realize that our actions hurt our immune system, but it should also empower you to realize that you can turn that around. You can absolutely turn that around. Now let's look real quick at the respiratory system. Okay, so respiratory distress is huge. It is absolutely huge. And it is what we're dealing with right now in our world. But respiratory distress can come from viruses like getting the flu, getting pneumonia, getting bronchitis, getting the thing that shall not be named that's in our world right now. Respiratory distress can be chronic. I mean, it can come from chronic asthma, which is an inflammation of the lung airways. It can come from COPD, which is the intersection of chronic bronchitis, asthma, and emphysema. It can come from lung cancer. Up to 24,000 American non-smokers die of this annually. 24,000 that don't smoke. And it's because of toxins that they breathe in and lifestyle. And there are over 234,000 new cases of lung cancer a year. Respiratory distress can also come from sleep disorders. Snoring is a sleep disorder. Sleep apnea is a sleep disorder. This creates respiratory distress in the body, and it is caused by respiratory distress in the body. So it's not something that you just want to slap a Band-Aid on and ignore and just say, oh, they've snored their whole life. No, it's the body telling you that something is wrong and there is respiratory distress happening. Our emotions impact our breathing. Anxiety creates shallow breathing. When we're empowered and we're feeling confident and good, we take a deep breath, we feel stronger. And when we're breathing shallow, it actually starts to impact our lungs. We got to inflate our lungs. And so when we're constantly stressed, we're breathing very shallow. Pollution, the dangers of all the things that we breathe, like pollution, are very harmful to us. And this includes toxic cleaners, using products that actually say on the label, don't breathe in. Why are we using those? If it says don't breathe in, like an oven cleaner, don't use it. That should not be in your home, because using them penetrates the lungs, penetrates the skin, and it penetrates the brain. Candles, plug-ins, aerosol sprays, synthetic scents, synthetic potpourri, all of these are putting dangers in the air. Off-gassing from mattresses, pillows, couches, paint, a lot of things off gas. In your makeup, if you use a powder and it has talc in it, when you brush it on your face, you're breathing it in. Talc has been linked to cancer. That's not good. And when your respiratory system is struggling, you make breathing noises, like you can actually hear yourself breathing. You can hear it in your nasal passage, or you can hear it in your lungs. You're struggling when you can't tolerate exercise. You struggle climbing a set of stairs. You're struggling when you don't have normal respiratory rate. When you can't take in a deep breath, like really deep, like breathe in for like 10 seconds. If you can't inflate your lungs, you got respiratory distress. When your lymphatic system is sluggish, it creates respiratory distress. Even adrenal stress creates respiratory distress. So there's all of these things that impact our breathing. And without healthy breathing, the body can't survive. It absolutely cannot survive. And when I think about emotions and what this does to our immune and our respiratory system, you can actually think and worry yourself into a lowered immune system, and it actually increases inflammation. So Penn State back in 2018 did a study and found that negative emotions felt several times a day or for extended periods of time raised inflammatory markers in your immune system. So how many times a day are you feeling negative emotions? That's problematic. That can impact your immune system. And like I said, when you're stressed, it's going to impact your respiratory system. But when you can shift your energy through essential oils, through affirmations, through visualization, journaling, a gratitude journal, exercise, go for a walk in nature, hug a tree, hug a cat. I'll loan you my cats, you can hug them. Watching happy movies and reading uplifting books and being around uplifting people. I mean, there is a method to the madness why every evening I'm watching Hallmark movies. When I'm done here and I'm processing this video, I'm going to be watching a Hallmark movie. Because yeah, they all end up the same, but they're all happy because your energy and your mindset can either raise or lower your immune system and your respiratory system. So there's, it's really important to have a healthy body. We have to take care of ourselves, and that includes our emotions and our energy and our mindset. So healing our heart, immune deficiencies energetically lie in the heart chakra. So if you're angry, sad, depressed, struggling with forgiveness, learn techniques to let that go. Just get Young Living's Feelings Kit and start working with that. Meditate. I play YouTube meditation music or solfeggio frequency music on my television all day long, because a lot of times I'm working downstairs, not in my office, and it has immune boosting properties. When you can earth or ground to the earth, it actually completes an energy circuit so that you can ground your energy and then pull the positive energy from the earth. Because grief likes to settle in the lungs. And when we experience deep emotions like grief, if it is prolonged, it's going to take up residency in your lungs if you don't release it. And we live in a world that is full of grief right now, full of grief. And you got to release it. And one helpful hint, breathe in frankincense. This is just a good oil every day. 1 drop in your hands. Do that. and breathe it in and get it into the deepest, darkest corners of the bottom part of your lungs. Make it go all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Okay, this is very, very important. So let's talk about the power of breathing oils. Very, very therapeutic benefits. Our olfactory receptors in the olfactory system actually take in the oils, whereas the olfactory bulb deciphers the oils for us. So if you want to breathe in an oil and actually have it stay in your body the longest time possible, go for what is called a medium note oil, one that is an oxygenated monoterpene. And so I've got a variety of oils on the screen that stay in the body longer because they're medium note oils. You know, the top note, boom, they're gone like that. But these particular oils that you see on the screen, these oils like water, and our body is mostly water, which is why they linger. Okay, so, you know, the aldehydes, you know, the constituent aldehydes, you know, these are your sweet, your floral, your nutty oils. Lemongrass is a really good example. The alcohols, you know, these tend to be flowery, fruity, or sweet. Geranium, awesome, awesome, awesome oil. Ketones, these are your sharp, woody, earthy. So your spearmint, your basil. Esters, these are your fruit, sweetie, flowery, or ripe. Lavender is a good option. And then there's a whole list there, from cinnamon to myrtle to neroli to rosemary to Zhang Mao, which is one of my favorites, to ylang-ylang. And you know what is interesting is that these are commonly known as our emotional oils. You're going to find them in the emotional blends because there is a powerful connection between breathing and emotions, which is why when we're anxious and stressed, we breathe very shallow. When we're calm, we breathe very deep and our respiration lowers. So, you know, when you're breathing in oil, it can have a tremendous benefit on your respiratory system and on your immune system. And you know, and this is kind of how I think about breathing oils. You cannot focus on a positive thought when you're stressed or negative because of the pathways created in your brain. And when you smell an oil, it gets you to focus on something different. So if you have an oil in front of you, I actually want to do a test. I do this in a couple of classes. I want you to, you can sit down or stand up, but I want you to take your right hand. I want you to point it straight in front of you. And then as far as you can, I got to bend my arm a little bit. As far as you can, I want you to see how far behind you can move your arm. Do not move your torso. You may have to stand to do this. And then as far back as it'll go without twisting, think of your body like a clock. Like, where did it end up? Did it end up at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? Okay. Now I want you grab any oil. All right. Put a drop of oil in your hands. I just happened to grab Gary's light. He taught me this. Kind of interesting. I grabbed that oil. Breathe, take 3 very deep breaths of the oil. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Hold it. Breathe out. One more time. Hold it. Breathe out. Now do it again. Point your right hand forward. Mine was at about 4 o'clock. I'm sitting down, so it's harder to do it. Mine was at about 4 o'clock. Now, without twisting your body, move your hand and see how far back you can go. Oh my gosh, mine's going to 6 o'clock. Did y'all have that happen to you where you can move it a little bit more? Is that not the craziest thing? Okay, so here's the thing. The oil goes right to the amygdala and inhibits stress response. And when that happens, you can breathe deeper and more naturally, which then relaxes the body so that you can do that. So whenever you're doing like stretching exercises, if you're doing yoga or anything like that, breathe in oil first. And this is why breathing oils throughout the day, either diffusing or wearing them or direct inhalation, this is why it's so important. It loosens the body so that you're not so tight and so stressed, because when you are tight and stressed, your nervous system is fried, absolutely fried. All right, so that's a fun little test that I love to do. So before I get to more oils, I just want to go through a couple of lifestyle recommendations, because I have people contact me all the time and say, Allie, what oil should I use for X, Y, or Z? Nope. There's a lot of things that we have to do before oils, a lot. Oils are a complement to a healthy lifestyle. And if you're treating your body like a junkyard, you're going to get junkyard results. Okay, that is one of my favorite phrases that I made up. So these are some things that are going to help your immune and your respiratory system. Because you need your white blood cells to actually have enough energy to fight an enemy invader, like a virus and a bacteria, rather than fighting your lifestyle. Okay? Your white blood cells need to fight a virus and a bacteria, not your lifestyle. And for most people, a vast majority of people, your white blood cells are fighting your lifestyle. Okay? So water. You should be drinking half your weight in ounces of water a day. Put your vitality drops in, do whatever you got to do to drink the water, because it keeps your organs flushed, it hydrates your cells, and viruses can enter through the mouth. So if you drink water every 20 minutes, it actually flushes your throat. And a virus isn't going to survive that. Water eliminates toxins. And it's really important to drink filtered water, because arsenic is in a lot of tap water, and it is an immunosuppressant. Live water with minerals is the best if you have access to live water. And you can actually Google that, live water sources, and there are mineral springs that a lot of people can tap into. Real food, like whole foods, real food, are important. Eating more phyto foods, plant-based foods, because they're antiviral, they're antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, they're full of antioxidants, they repair the cells, and they boost the immune system. And when the immune system is strong, the respiratory system can be strong. So foods like berries, bell peppers, sweet potatoes, kale, cinnamon, turmeric, mango, onions, garlic, radishes, apricots, these are all very healthy. It's also avoiding sugar and processed food. I advise people in health coaching all the time to avoid anything in a bag, a box, and a drive-in window, because it's processed. It's also about eating less animal products, because dioxins are found in meat and milk and eggs and butter, and dioxins will harm your immune system. So unless you have like a neighbor that gives you eggs, or a local farmer, if you're buying from a grocery store, chances are dioxins are in those products. And it's also about eating more omega-3s like salmon, walnuts, flaxseed, chia seeds, because the standard American diet floods our body with omega-6, which is inflammatory, and we need to balance it with omega-3s. Even for fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut help with enzyme production to break down foods to get the nutrients, or you can take an enzyme. Young Living has great enzymes. And when you eat healthy and can maintain a healthy weight, your immune system is going to function properly. So, don't eat foods that you know your body doesn't like. Don't do it. You may love pizza, but if your body can't stand gluten or dairy, your immune system is now fighting that pizza rather than a virus or a bacteria. Okay, this is really something that is very, very important. The next thing is to detox your home and your life. What you put on your skin, your skin is the largest organ and it's not a coat of armor. So you don't need your body fighting your face cream or your toothpaste. So yesterday in a networking meeting, I was telling everybody, if you can't ingest your skincare, you ought not put it on your skin because it's going into your bloodstream. And right in the meeting, I took a big scoop of the Bloom lotion and I ate it. And it tasted really good. It's really good. And it's safe to eat. It's safe. There's nothing in there that's harmful. So you got to really be careful what goes on your skin. You got to clean your home naturally because, again, you don't want your immune system and your respiratory system being compromised because of what you put on your skin or what you clean your home with. And then clean your air naturally. I mean, oh my gosh, air pollution in homes is so much worse than outside. Carpet off gases horribly. Asbestos insulation is still in a lot of homes, shockingly. Check your radon levels because that's the second leading cause of lung cancer. Clean your air filters, bring in an air filtration system, but diffuse your essential oils throughout the day. Let them clean the air naturally. Wash your hands. So I was mentioning that viruses, when you use soap, it breaks down the protein coat that's on a virus and destroys it. But don't use antibacterial soaps because they contain a lot of harmful ingredients. Use your Young Living soaps. Even if you have to travel with, you can get the bar soaps from Young Living, slice them, take a little tiny piece with you, put it in a plastic bag, carry it in your purse. That's what I do on travel because the soaps that are in airports and restaurants, I would seriously rather wash my hands in the toilet. Seriously. Those soaps are disgusting. Get the bar soap. You can cut it. You can make a nice slice of it, put little pieces in a plastic bag, carry it in your purse, and you're going to be so happy. And don't wash your hands in a toilet. That's just gross. Smoking is, if you're a smoker, it's really time to start using all the natural things that you know how to use to stop smoking, because that will destroy your respiratory system and start a cascade of problems in the body and take down the immune system. Avoiding sick people. Okay, this shouldn't have to be said, but if somebody is sick, don't go near them. Don't go near them. Just don't. We don't have to be in a pandemic. That's just common sense. So when people go to work sick, they need to immediately be sent home, or you take yourself home and work from home. Don't be around sick people. Don't make your body, the immune system, fight any harder than it has to fight. You need to really store your immune system like a savings account, and you draw on it when it's really important and you need it. Engage in very deep breathing every day. Use your oils because this oxygenates the cells in your body and it clears your lungs. Okay, take another drop of oil and breathe it in, because you cannot detox your body without enough air. So, when you can breathe deeply, it oxygenates the body and it increases metabolism. And this is really, really, really important to do. So directly inhale your oils every day or stick your face over your diffuser. Okay, that's what my cats do. That's how they get the oils in them. And get good sleep. Use your sleep oils. Medicated sleep is not natural sleep. Use your oils. Frankincense on the forehead does wonders if you have a to-do list that keeps you awake at night. Right on the forehead. It works great. And then you got to get moving. A sedentary lifestyle is as bad as smoking. It creates good circulation, which strengthens the immune system and the respiratory system. You know, doing yoga, that's all about breathing. And so it's really going to strengthen your immune system. You know, when you exercise, the more you do it, the stronger you get. Well, what you're doing is you're strengthening the immune system. You're strengthening the respiratory system. It's like lifting weights. You are lifting weights so that they are strong when you need them. But too many people are sedentary. You know, there is a reason for the 10,000 steps a day. Okay, so get moving. In the winter, because I live in Michigan, I go walk the mall. The mall is virtually empty. It's me and a bunch of senior citizens walking. And I have great conversations with them. So it's fun, it's social time. So I'm getting my steps in. All right, so I'm going to talk essential oils, and I always give this caution that no single essential oil or supplement is going to correct the body. Okay, you've got to give the body what it's asking for. The oils know what to do. So when people ask me, how do I use it? How many drops? Whatever you want. You want to smell it? Great. You want to topically apply? Go for it. You want to ingest it? Hallelujah. How many drops? I don't know. How many drops do you want to use? We don't use these like medicine. This is not taking a pill and then you forget about it for 24 hours. You use the oils all day long and use them intuitively. You know, just if you want to use an oil, use it. Your body is telling you something. So I always tell my team, stop overthinking it. Doesn't matter where you apply them. Just get the oils on your body and in your body as often as you can, because you can't overdose. Okay. All right. Now I'm only talking Young Living, because all of this, if it's done with a fragrance oil or an adulterated oil, it's not going to work. So I am only talking about Young Living right now. So when it comes to the immune system, these are my go-tos. This is what I love. There are a ton of immune support products in Young Living. This is not everything. This is just what I love to use. So Ningxia Red every day. This is high antioxidants. It balances all 12 body systems, and it's all about natural energy. Because if you don't have energy, you don't actually breathe very well. And, you know, if you've never drank Ningxia Red, give it a try for a month. Go off it a week and see how you feel. Yeah, Leslie, down it. Go for it. This is amazing. And I drink a lot of this when I feel like I am starting to go downhill with whatever is happening. You know, I can feel my body starting to go downhill. And, you know, I've had moments where I drink an entire bottle in a 24-hour period. Boy, that'll set the body straight. So Ningxia Red is very important. Mineral essence is important because lack of minerals has a direct association with disease and a low immune system. And it doesn't taste good. So I put it in water and I take it like a shot, and then I chase it with Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red always makes everything better. Inner defense is very important for a well-functioning immune system and a healthy respiratory system. It has oregano and thyme and lemongrass and thieves in it. It is super, super powerful. I used to only take inner defense from Halloween to Easter because of the winter season. I have been taking it every day since Halloween 2019, because when I was about to go off of it, Easter 2020, what entered our world? I know I've taken this every day. Okay. I take it in the morning for a reason, because I take a probiotic at night. You don't take a probiotic with inner defense. Inner defense will look at the probiotic and say, hey, I think I'm going to kill you right now, because that's my job. That's my job. I'm kung fu fighting in your body, and you better duck, because I'm going to get you. So you don't take inner defense and a probiotic together. You separate them. And then you need a good multivitamin. Everybody is vitamin and mineral deprived. Even if you eat an organic vegetarian diet, you're eating the cleanest diet, even the fruits and vegetables are mineral deprived because the soil is depleted. So Master Formula is amazing. It's got everything in it. I mean, it's got herbs and veggies and plants. I could do a whole class just on Master Formula. It's a powerhouse. So again, just like Ningxia Red, I recommend using it for a month. Go off it for a week. You're going to feel it. Okay. Now at meal times, pick an enzyme. Young Living has like 5 or 6 enzymes. Pick an enzyme based on what your diet is. You know, vegetarians and vegans tend to use Allerzyme. You know, Essential Zyme 4 is for people who eat a variety, like they eat animal protein, they eat veggies, you know, everything. So pick what's right for you and eat it, or take it at mealtime, because it helps you absorb your food, which strengthens your immune system. Okay, this is very important. And then at dinner or evening time, Life 9 is our probiotic. And I like ImmuPro at bedtime. It's a chewable. It strengthens your immune system. It helps you sleep because it's got melatonin. It's got 3 different mushroom extracts, which are very powerful for the immune system. I mean, it's got zinc and selenium, which are super important for a strong immune system. So that's a good one to take. Now with oils, there's a variety, but you know, in general, essential oils are immune supportive because they oxygenate the cells and they transport essential oil nutrients right into the cells and create an unfriendly environment for free radicals. So, you know, I'm going to talk about, you know, kind of historically these oils have been used, because I'm not going to make any specific claim that Young Living doesn't approve of. So, you know, this is kind of your oily history lesson. All right. So Thieves, it's based on the ingredients from the Marseille vinegar from the 15th century. And, you know, clove, it has clove, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary. And clove has the highest antioxidant abilities to it, over 1 million. ORAC, blueberries are 2,000. Everybody thinks blueberries are the antioxidant powerhouse. Clove. Blueberries, 2,000. Clove, 1 million. Okay. So all these oils help with a healthy immune response, and historically have been used for a healthy immune response. Eucalyptus is for a healthy respiratory response. So that's what's in Thieves. Now I love Exodus too, and I'm going to come back to that one in how I use it. But it's full of very ancient botanicals. And, you know, think back to medieval times. Our ancestors used plants and herbs and oils. And so Exodus 2 is really taking us back to our ancient roots. And I like to use Exodus 2 when Thieves just isn't enough, which I know that's probably hard to believe, but sometimes Thieves is not enough. And I go to Exodus 2. Oregano vitality, very high antioxidant, over 15,000 ORAC, and historically used as an immune balancer. It's in Inner Defense and ImmuPower oil. Longevity vitality, this has thyme, orange, clove, and frankincense. Super powers when it comes to immune support, respiratory support, overall wellness. It supports the body from damaging effects of aging and diet and the environment, because the environment is usually the culprit on why our immune system is exhausted. And so longevity is such an important one to take. And then orange vitality. Orange helps your body increase the production of glutathione. Glutathione is needed for your immune system. Orange oil. Now with all of these, put a drop on your tongue, take it in that way. You can put it in a veggie capsule, but it's got to go through your stomach acids to get into the body. So I like a drop on the tongue, but if you're like, oh, I don't think I can do that. If you make a smoothie in the morning, pick any of these. Now, oregano in a smoothie, probably not your best idea. Probably not your best idea. That would not taste very good. But what if you make soup for dinner? Put a drop of oregano in it. But the rest of these are amazing in a smoothie. You know, thieves oil in coffee creamer. Oh my word, that is so good. Orange oil in coffee creamer, so good. Put the orange in water. Put the longevity in water. There's just, you know, get them in your body, and you can also topically apply them. All right, let's go to respiratory products. For supplements, Reiki is such an unsung hero in Young Living. My gosh, I just actually started taking this because it supports, cleanses, and detoxes 7 body systems. So if you're looking for overall body wellness, Reiki, it's a tincture. I mean, it's just like mineral essence, K and B. It's like that. It actually doesn't taste that bad. Reiki is amazing. Research it. Everybody should be on Reiki with Ningxia. Super C, when we have, you know, good levels of vitamin C in our body, vitamin C moves out mucus in our body, which we need for respiratory system. And there's cayenne pepper in this, which supports the circulatory system, which benefits the respiratory system. And then it also has zinc in it, which benefits the immune system. We also need good levels of vitamin D. You know, I take 5,000 units of vitamin D3 a day. In the winter, I tend to up it to more like 7,000 or 10,000 because you just don't get vitamin D3 in the winter. Most vitamin D supplements are from lanolin that's extracted from sheep wool, not Young Living's. Our Super D is different, and it's highly absorbable because it's sourced from sustainable lichen, which is a plant native to North America, Scandinavia, and Asia. And the plant naturally absorbs vitamin D from the sun when it's growing. So we're literally ingesting vitamin D that is sun produced. You're not going to get that from sheep's wool. That's the difference in our vitamin D. For nighttime, the Thieves Chest Rub is amazing. Even the Breathe Again oil or CBD Soothe. Put it on your chest before you go to bed. Even if you're like, hey, I breathe fine during the night. I don't snore. I don't have sleep apnea. Doesn't matter. Get it on your chest. I like to rotate because for several months I was just using Breathe Again and my skin after a while didn't like it. I switched to Thieves Chest Rub and it was better. But then you use too much of a good thing and your skin says, mm-mm. And now I'm using CBD Soothe, which is phenomenal because there is some amazing research out there about what CBD is doing for respiratory viruses. Go look it up. It's amazing. Breathe Again is probably my favorite oil because it has the most eucalyptus. It has 4 types of eucalyptus in it. So if I need respiratory oils, I am going for Breathe Again. Plus it's in a roller bottle and you can roll it on. The CBD Soothe, again, oh my gosh, it is amazing. That's what I am using right now at nighttime because it's got the combination of CBD to get into your cannabidiol receptors in your body to start the entourage effect of the healing. And then it's got the great essential oils in it for respiratory and even for calming, for sleep. Lemongrass. Interesting. Lemongrass is in longevity, but lemongrass is really good for your lungs. It's known for cleaning the air when you diffuse it. Well, how about we clean the air in your lungs? Okay. energetically, it actually pulls negative emotions from the lungs. So when you breathe it, it's really good because we do store a lot of emotional junk in our lungs and it creates problems. Frankincense, speaking of having emotional junk in our lungs, this is what you breathe in. Okay, you can topically apply it, but it is really important to breathe. Get these oils in through the olfactory system and deep into the recesses of your lungs. And then I get the question a lot of what's the difference in all the eucalyptus oils? Here's a cheat sheet. To me, they kind of smell the same, but slightly different. The one that I think is the most recognizable is globulus. And, that's the one that's in RC and orthosport. It's very earthy, whereas radiata is sharper, almost a little citrusy. That's what's in thieves and raven and ortho-ease. And then eucalyptus blue, this is very like an herb. I mean, it just smells like a herb and spicy. And that's what's in Breathe Again. They're all in Breathe Again too. So the highest eucalyptol is in globulus. Okay, so that has the highest eucalyptus constituent in it. But otherwise, any eucalyptus is amazing. It just depends on what you like the smell of. And then this is how I love to use Exodus 2. Put a drop on the end of a Q-tip, swab the inside of your nasal passage. I used to do this with thieves and it burns like you wouldn't believe. And it's like, wow, that is intense. Exodus 2, not as intense, but it goes in and it is going to do amazing things for your breathing in your nasal passage. So a drop on the end of a Q-tip, swab, like you're getting the thing test done. Stick it in there, swab it, be done. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel really good afterward. All right. Now, if anybody is watching this and you are not in Young Living and you're thinking, holy moly, I got to get my hands on some of these oils, whoever invited you to this, get with them so that you can get your own wholesale account. Okay. You can place any order that you want as long as it's 100 PV. Young Living is going to give you a wholesale account for the rest of your life. Okay. So get with whoever invited you to this so that they can get you started. If I invited you, or if you just randomly found your way here, there is my member number. Reach out to me. I'll help you customize your kit. I still love the premium starter kit. I think it is one of the best values on the market. But if you want to customize with what you learned here, that is the way to go. All right, and then I'm surprised Rudy is not here on the back of my chair like he normally is, but if you need help, I can put you in touch with Rudy because he's full of all sorts of wisdom. He's kind of a smarty cat. So, please stay connected. I post a lot about oils and all sorts of other things on all of my social media pages. So at this point, I am going to end the recording. And then I'll take live questions here.